Demi Lovato reacts to Nicki Minaj's shade.
Kanye won't leave Taylor Swift alone.
And Bieber is getting sued again?
All that and more on today's Rundown. Hello, welcome back to the show. I'm Danielle Robay, hanging out with Rylan Adams.
I am so happy to be here. I'm with my Women Crush Wednesday, Danielle Robay. You get it?
I like that.
I'm so excited to talk about Demi Lovato and all of this shade, but first we have something else, right?
Yes, at the end of the show, we have a special little surprise because Taylor Swift's Girl Squad may be in trouble. Science says so, so we're gonna explain why.
Okay, Danielle, Justin Bieber is being sued $100,000 because he smashed a man's cell phone. Can you believe it?
What? What happened?
Okay, so you remember back like a month ago when he was hanging out with Post Malone at the club and he actually like put his cigarette out on Post's arm?
No, I don't remember that.
And then Post was choking him. It was this big fiasco, but it was all in fun and games. They're like brothers, I guess, to one another.
That's weird.
But that same night, Justin Bieber, well, he tried to do a beer bong, you know, what people do in college.
Yeah.
And reportedly he was like spilling all over himself. It wasn't going very well. And then he looked over and a fan was capturing the moment on his phone. And Justin got so mad that a fan was filming that he went over, he threw the phone on the ground and it smashed to pieces. So the dude's name is Robert Earl Morgan and homeboy is suing Justin for $100,000 because he said that the pictures on the phone were like from his grandma's birthday and there were 5,000 photos on the phone that he'll never be able to get back.
Have you ever heard of iCloud? Earl, Robert, whatever your name is.
And you can't trust your phone to just have everything on it.
Yeah, you have to back it up, rule number one. Number two, he should replace the phone. That was bad behavior. Justin can't just do that. But have you heard of iCloud?
Yeah, also I think this dude's just trying to capitalize on Justin Bieber's money and his fame. He probably knows that he can get it, so he's doing this.
Yeah, but we're not excusing Bieber's behavior, because that is wrong.
It is pretty wrong. Justin or his camp have not yet responded to the lawsuit, but we will keep you updated.
I don't think they will.
No, but they'll pay it.
Yeah. It has been 7 years since Kanye West interrupted Taylor Swift during her VMA speech, and he just cannot seem to let it go. But it's not for the reason you may think. So he did an interview with Steve Harvey on his radio show the other day, and he was super candid and brought up Taylor Swift even after Steve Harvey said, I wasn't really trying to talk about her, and he still went there. He said, quote, "It's not about Kanye West, it's not about Taylor Swift. There's a lot of people in America that feel like they don't have the platform to stand up and express their closet racism. Before they had that platform, one really easy way to express it was to say F Kanye West." So Kanye is saying that this is about a bigger issue. It's about racism, closet racism. I've always felt that Kanye had incredible ideas and social justice that he was trying to reform, but he's just a little bit emotional, so he doesn't really necessarily articulate it in the correct way.
Execution is not always correct.
Yes,
Like that was not the right time or place to do that. I get what he's saying, but I also feel like this incident was just yesterday because we still talk about it. It was 7 years ago and we're still talking about it.
Well, he won't let it go. I mean, remember last year, Taylor presented him with his VMA Vanguard Award, and everyone thought everything was okay, and then in his new album, he had that lyric that said that he made her famous.
That Taylor approved, but didn't approve, but who knows.
So maybe he won't let it go because he's trying to get everybody to understand the larger issue at hand.
And prove his point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also in the interview, interestingly, he said that Kim Kardashian, his wife, constantly breaks boundaries. And you may laugh at that, but listen to the quote, I agree with him. You can't give me an example of as popular of a mixed couple. I got friends that have had white wives, that before there was a Kanye, they'd go to the amusement park and people would be talking down to them, treating them a certain kind of way. She broke boundaries with that. She's broke boundaries in fashion, where designers wasn't trying to make clothes with women with shape, and now they're all about really embracing and empowering women. Okay, so they're not the first mixed race couple, but they are one of the most public, recognizable mixed race couples. And I think that when people see things in the media constantly, it normalizes it for people. And so in that respect, I agree with with him, and I respect it. I like it.
I do too. They are a power couple, and they are making waves into everyone's life. I mean, that Vogue cover shoot was everything, and then they showed up at the Met Gala. They keep throwing it in our face, and they both have such an empire that I do love to see that.
Yeah, I mean, I could do without her licking his face on Snapchat, but the rest of it, the social justice that they're bringing about, I like.
I didn't even hate the lick. All right, Danielle, the Met Gala was on Monday night. We were gushing over the fashion yesterday, but now we're talking about this little shady shade fest between Nicki Minaj and Demi Lovato.
I know you love some shade, so give it to me, right?
I love a good feud. It is so good. Okay, so they were both wearing the same designer. What's this dude's name?
Moschino.
Moschino. And
well,
I guess
it's Jeremy Scott.
Yeah, Jeremy Scott and the brand's Moschino. So both of them posed with him on the red carpet to like show that they were wearing his designs. And then the next day, Nicki Minaj posted the photo to Instagram, but she didn't tag Demi Lovato. And Demi was like, hold the front door. She was obviously upset that she wasn't tagged because she was like, I have never done anything to you. You should probably tag me. So she took to Instagram posting a photo of her own where Nicki is giving her shade. It is so funny.
Major side eye.
I'm so glad that this moment was captured. So she posted this photo to her Instagram in response to Nicki not tagging her, where she said, this picture pretty much summed up my first and probably last Met. Hashtag cool, hashtag so f***ing awkward, hashtag not for me, hashtag sweatpants, hashtag forensic files, hashtag what's good. Probably in reference to that Miley feud with Nicki.
Oh my God, great call.
Yeah, okay, so then a little bit later she added a longer response to that same photo. She said, P.S. some of y'all need to learn how to take a joke. I'm obviously laughing at the fact that 1, I look incredibly awkward, and 2, that the shade being thrown in this picture actually gives me life. Well, it gives me life too.
Really? Do you like a good side eye?
I mean, it's just so real. Like the moment, that couldn't have been posed. It was so candid.
Wait, but what if Nicki was just looking at something else and the camera caught that moment?
It could be that because like Nicki is fierce. And I don't think Nicki was initially trying to throw shade at Demi. Maybe she was posting the photo to give the brand recognition, because when you wear an outfit of somebody, you give them recognition.
And what do you think about the tag thing? Like, are you offended if people don't tag you in a post?
I mean, yeah, if you're posting a photo and it's with me and you don't tag me, it's like, I mean, I'm in the photo. Come on, give me a little bit of credit. I think Nicki should have probably, in the caption, only done the designer, but then she could have tagged her in the photo, so like when you click,
what
you get the
if
details.
Nicki's people post for her Instagram and that wasn't even Nicki?
Well, she could have then saw a day later that Demi was upset and added the tag. She has the password to her account.
I mean, it's so ridiculous.
Okay.
Social media etiquette.
So the story continues. Demi then took to Snapchat to further show her anger to the world. So she posted this saying, when you aren't mentioned in a post but you didn't do shit to the other person. And then right after that, she posted this video. All right, Demi, we see you. What do you think?
I can't even. Next. All right, well, 2 grown women in Hollywood who are not feuding. They are fangirling. Adele is fangirling hard for Beyonce.
I love this so much.
Not the first time. I know. You love Beyonce, right?
Yeah, and Adele.
Okay, well, so does everyone in our office, especially Danielle Sacco, who I share an office with, so I hear all about Lemonade.
And Drew Boo Boo.
Exactly. Okay, so here is what Adele had to say via Instagram on Tuesday. I'm not late on this. I've just been speechless. Beyonce is the most inspiring person I've ever had the pleasure of worshiping. Her talent, beauty, grace, and work ethic are all in a league of their own. I appreciate you so much. Thank God for Beyonce X.
Okay, so I thought she was gonna be like, Beyonce is the best person I've ever had the pleasure of working with, but it was just worshiping, which I love because same.
It was so funny, and I'm glad that you mentioned working because there was a rumor last year that the two were supposed to work together, but that Adele turned Beyonce down, and she cleared that up in an interview saying, I would never be disrespectful like that. I'm a huge fan of hers. So she's been a fan of Queen Bee's for a long time.
Yeah, and I think it's so funny that she's appreciating this album in that way. Yes.
Worship. Taylor Swift's Girls Squad has how many girls in it?
Like 20.
Right? Okay, but there is a study, there is science behind the fact that you can only have 5 best friends.
What?
So I think the Girl Squad's in trouble.
Yeah.
How many best friends do you have?
Like realistically 4.
Okay, well that is kind of the average. MIT did a study, and This anthropologist found that because of the size of our neocortex, which is in your brain, people can only have 5 best friends.
Interesting.
And you can have 10 people that are close friends and 35 acquaintances, but only 5 best friends. And I couldn't help but think Taylor Swift's Girl Squad is in major trouble. I don't know.
Well, you know what? I think Taylor Swift's Girl Squad is more of a thing for publicity than like actual friends, because in real life you have like social media friends and you have like real friends. And I think they're all to help build a brand and build a bigger brand for all of themselves.
I wonder if with social media we can have more friends because more people know what we're up to.
Yeah.
Do you think that's true?
Yeah, but then best friends, you can only have a limited amount because you can only update so many people on your everyday like things that you do.
Does my mom count as one of my 5?
Well, yeah, if you talk to her every day.
Okay.
All right, you guys, that's gonna wrap up today's DHR. But before we leave you, you know, we have so many questions. Yes. I gotta know what you think about Justin Bieber and this phone incident. Do you think he did it?
Ooh, and speaking of phone, how many people do you call a day? I wanna know how many best friends you think you have. Do you have more than 5, less than 5? Is this study right? And is Taylor Swift's Girl Squad in trouble?
Ooh.
Let us know. Comment on Instagram. I'm at Danielle Robay.
I'm at Ryland Adams.
Yes, and we'll see you next time.
Bye. Click to the left for a rundown on more Met Gala drama.
Or click to the right to check out Black China and Tyga's sex tape leaks. Uh-oh.